Karrigan and ropz. That's the duo that has made FaZe, well, look unstoppable in the playoffs of the Shanghai Major. Coming into this, we were not really convinced. Especially not myself, and I think anyone would be lying when they said they had FaZe as clear favourites going into series against teams like Vitality and G2. They struggled in the elimination stage, but finally just about crept through to the playoffs, where they have turned into an absolutely monstrous machine, just pummeling down their opponents and making their way all the way to the grand final. Yesterday, what really stood out to me was, especially on that Anubis, was Karrigan's ability to just mess with the heads of Vitality. He always had his team in the right place, he always knew where to find the gaps to distract them, and he knew how to set up his team for final executes. It was an absolute masterclass, but this morning's series was different. He picked Ancient, which is a map that, if you are G2, you kind of feel confident in. You know it's one of your best maps for NiKo, it's one of the best maps for mabs, especially on the CT side, where he has somewhat struggled relative to his T-side performance just to deliver those frags, find those ways to activate himself. Ancient's been their best map for all of that. m0NESY, of course, outstanding all the way through, so you're wondering, how exactly did they beat them? And I'm wondering that too. I was in bed, relaxing on a Saturday morning when that map was ongoing, so I didn't actually watch it. Instead, I'm going to watch it live with you, break down what I'm assuming is going to be a textbook anti-strat, watching ropz' POV as he absolutely dominates the T side to figure out what exactly they found and what exploits they went for to defeat G2 so handedly on a map that I thought they had a good record on. Are you tired of looking like a chump in game, sick of opening cases and getting trash skins? Check out Skin Club via my link in the description for a 7% deposit bonus. Skin Club is a case opening service who run a provably fair opening algorithm to give you truly random outcomes. Skin Club's battles mode has been upgraded, adding new things like crazy, team, and share modes just to make every role a little more intense and a little more fun. I played a battle or two and managed to win some pretty crazy skins and upgraded a group of them into a gorgeous MP9 hot rod. Perfect for some gold stickers. There is also a dragon event going on right now, so you can earn event points just by playing on the site. These points can be redeemed for cases, skins, and entries into huge giveaways. Skin Club accept a wide variety of payment methods, from cards and PayPal to skins themselves, as well as a range of crypto coins. Remember to play responsibly using the self-care tools provided, and use my link in the description to get a 7% bonus. A big thank you to Skin Club for supporting my channel. Now, of course, I expect G2 to shoot themselves in the foot in a couple of rounds. I don't expect this to be smooth sailing the entire way through either, but 10-2 on the T side, surely they have some good reads, some good ideas, and hopefully they land a few key shots. I mean, yesterday's series, ropz, of course, outstanding. That's the why, we're watching him today. He put up another monstrous performance. I think he's, for the playoffs, sitting at a 1.5 rating, 0.2 higher than Donk and Shiro, who are leading the way for Spirit. Shiro especially outstanding this morning, but let's see how this plays out. We start off with an exec on B, straight up. Not much of a resistance here. I mean, Snacks. Okay, Snacks is about and killing. A lot of whiff shots. Finally, ropz gets the kill, and NiKo frags Rain. 3 on 4 after that frag. We are going to be able to get the bomb down, but G2 should win this. I mean, NiKo, Hunter, mabs, m0NESY, all the big hitters alive and ready to go. They've got 2 players from each direction, but that's the frag already. Brokey finds m0NESY. Nothing more to this than just killing. Brokey doubling up. I mean, he wasn't quite as insane as ropz, but he did have some big rounds, some big shots that he hit on the AWP. Comfortable. Oh, that's a nice 2-piece. There you go. That's how you close it out. Okay, G2. You gotta hit the shots. You just have to hit the shots. Not much to talk about in terms of strategy. Straight B exec. I have seen G2 a few times leave Snacks solo on B, so probably a hard read there. Oh, ropz going straight down. Let's see how if they recover this. Kind of awkward. They've given up mid control almost entirely. Rain recovering 1. I am going blind into this. I have no idea where the frags are going to come from. Who's going to recover this round? Something G2 are really good at is taking that mid control. It's one of the ways they get mabs off of his A anchor spot, get him involved, get him fighting early. He's really sharp, so you want to throw him into those duels, those heavy, impactful fights that can decide rounds outright. This looks like they just completely completely bamboozled G2. Karrigan with the read. I mean, the only util early really was towards that B site. They did look like they were grouping, but they retook mid in the mid round. Realized they were facing almost no challenge. And just walked for free into the A bomb site. Karrigan holding on to this side. Oh, wow. Fragment's going kind of back and forth. It shouldn't really be this close. Yeah, Mabs with another one. 1v2 though, surely. MP9 and a Deagle's not enough. There you go. Let's get back into the interesting stuff. ropz gets 17 frags just on this T side. 12 rounds, 17 kills, ridiculous. He's at a 1.02 KPR for the playoffs. Not only is it a big leap in terms of where he's been the entire season, it's a big leap in terms of where he was just prior to the playoffs starting. He wasn't having a terrible event by any means, but nowhere near as successful, and we saw a lot of aggression on Anubis. A lot of plays forward of the util, trying to get up into A main on the CT side, just to give Vitality something to think about. And quite often he's able to take heads-up fights and just win them. A few ridiculous shots left, right, and center, though. Let's be real. It wasn't all clean, proper pre-aims. Some quick adjustments had to be made, and he landed the shots. Not so much something we've been able to rely on with ropz in the past 6 months. You know, that sort of quick flick, hard-hitting fragging. This round should be a gimme. This one should be free. Just some Deagle spamming away. Are they going to look to save? No. Surely not. Something I've noticed is ropz, in these situations where it's against Deagles, against pistols, even against ecos, he does quite, often just go for body shots. Oh my god, ridiculous. Some outstanding fragging there to close it out. But I noticed this on Anubis a lot. When things are getting hectic and you know you're in an anti-eco, anti-force buy, or it's a late round, you know everyone's been brawling all round long, he was just very happy to keep those shots in the torso. This is the first big gun round. Flashbang's out. It's Karrigan in mid with... Okay, hold on. Rewind that. It's Karrigan with a MAC-10. The rest of his troops are going towards A. He's flashing for himself. ropz is flashing over. Okay, yeah, they've hard read into a mid-brawl. And now ropz left to lurk after everyone else gets out A. Find the space that's open. That's the space that's going to be open. When MD is fighting in mid, the space that's open is A. I mean, I wanted a Karrigan masterclass with a bit of ropz magic thrown in. So far, so good. He's got the info. He's not going to go for the fight. Are there smokes up? Yes, okay, so the smokes are up, so they know there's no way those guys come through. Take the CT fight. Damn. This is a beauty. Yeah. CT's absolutely lost. ropz could be anywhere. And that's pretty much round. Even if they do clear out ropz almost immediately after he gets the kill, instead of 4v3 with all the info. Oh my god. He's not been shooting like this all year. What the hell? Life game. After life game. After life game. That's what we're watching. We're not watching just the same old ropz. We're watching life game ropz. Okay, see now? They expect a force buy. They don't expect a typical mid-brawl. And they fall off it. They don't play it aggressive at all. ropz is holding for an extremity push. So's Rain. Just a very passive, very default setup. Yeah, G2, to be fair to them, haven't actually pushed out. I don't think they really need to. If you've got players like this, with Deagles this accurate, you don't actually have to get overly aggressive, because you can hit those shots at range. Malbs, Nico, Monacy, all these guys can hit long-range Deagle headshots. Snacks is a 5-7 in case a rush happens. And Hunter's got the rifle, just floating around, trying to find the best spot. So FaZe's passivity has kind of cost them now, because we've got 40 seconds left. No real info. They might walk into a stack, but they have... Oh, the skin of their teeth have avoided it entirely. Yep, Karrigan goes in, takes out Snacks. ropz now. Here's the steps. That's a freebie. Not sure it should have been. Hunter, a bit ambitious there, thinking a 5-man run, just straight up into B. Damn, there's the deagle ringing true. Yeah, maybe there's a bit more of a round there if Hunter stays aware of Jag, because there's no reason to believe that's entirely empty from what I've seen. Okay, good high flashes. If you didn't realize, those flashes supposed to blind people who've managed to get deep. Essentially, they've given up the control, so they want to clear their bases, right? Just cover everything. Frozen set up for that frag. I assume there was a smoke pop, if there was a smoke dropped, to try and get him a kill. Very strong smoke pop meta right now on the T side of Ancient. You just pop the bottom mid smoke to look for a fight. And they've left the entire B side of the map open here. The entirety of it. And now this sort of Monacy aggressive AWP setup into Jag. I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it, but it's not exactly that common. So a hard read against it, essentially, here, to assume that they're going to go for the sort of setup where they're not pushing further. They've not pushed down into lane from the ramp side. And then just go hard in Karrigan. What a frag. ropz, can he trade? No. Snack's team kill, though. As good as. And Rain does discover that two-man setup. Brokey, that's a key kill. We need to go back. I mean, yes, well done getting the final one. Brokey, this kill. This kills everything. Oh, I guess the shadow advantage, yeah. Then Rain hits a shot. Yeah, kind of gambling that there would be no further aggressive B push. A lot of teams do like, still, to go fairly aggressive. Is that nade stack for Hunter? Wow. So the nade stack they've thrown it a couple times, is to get the player coming off the stairs. It's not something I see too commonly. But it's cool. Clearly does a lot of damage that time. Yeah, it can also be useful if a player tends to stick around just outside of Donut, or has a tendency to fight you from there. Something I used to see a lot was mid players who would come out, they'd sit around here, but they'd throw a flashbang off the wall to bounce out, and then re-swing. And that extra little delay would put them straight into the path of those HEs, so an interesting idea. Again, mid-heavy, just snacks towards B. Okay, the frequency with which this idea is kind of manifesting and how often it's working for FaZe makes me believe this was just a hard read. In anti-ecos, in force buys, G2 seem to love mid. We've seen it in the game we're watching now. I assume they've seen it enough in the other games to believe it will happen again and again. And they're just leaving mid. Now the check from Karrigan. Such a Karrigan shot, that. Such a Karrigan shot. He does not. He does not mean to kill the player he kills. That feels so bad. But it's so often that we see... Oh, wow. ropz, clean. But it's so often we saw it on Anubis as well. Well, Karrigan will put a bullet downrange and just hit a headshot. And it's a part of FaZe magic. I mean, sure, the good reads, setting up your team right, ropz going off, all of this is FaZe magic. But Karrigan hitting ridiculous shots. Ridiculous. I call them bullshit shots in a tweet. Is a big part of FaZe magic. I believe yesterday one was Anubis. He sneaks into A main after ropz has already died there, like after going 1-for-1. And he hides, plays anti-flash, doesn't get checked. Plays that mid util again to try and catch out malbs. This time Monacy's there too, so a bit of an adjustment. Karrigan blind spams malbs, knowing where he's going to be. But again, the gap's open, Rain's bombing for it. But yesterday on Anubis, he comes into A main, he's playing anti-flash. He kills one with his back to him, then randomly puts a bullet into the smoke and headshots Zywoo. And you're like, this is pure FaZe magic. Both those Molotovs missed. Beautiful. Fake plant to try and bait out some attention. Rain hitting shots. I mean, ropz just had to stand here with the bomb. 2v2. Ooh, ropz just about gets that frag. Now, do you rotate? Is the question. They certainly expect something from Hunter. You know, they're holding for a push, for a fight. Nothing's coming through. Finally do rotate and plant. Hunter, far behind the play now, and Rain's in perfect position. Yeah, I was about to switch POVs, but he got the kill before I could. 8-zip. Now look, as much as it has been technically a strength, the fact that this map has been viable go-to for G2 to just bring ropz off his anchor spot, bring him into the fight. It has created an issue that on a couple of gun rounds now, FaZe are focused on. This idea that you can read the way they set him up, because it's all of a sudden a three-man play. It can be a little awkward to do something particularly creative. They just typically want to focus on getting down mid and facing lane to take that space. But G2, leaving that A site empty, gives FaZe that gap. They hit it twice. And now again, we're in the anti-eco sort of territory. FaZe are just playing grouped. It's a lot of ancient sides again. They would be more active at the extremities. You'd see a player typically push A main. Often A anchors are doing that. But focus on mid here. Paying off for FaZe. ropz with a team kill. I mean, yeah, this has been an ugly round. 1v4. G2 for once switching it up. Because remember we said on the last couple of times they were heavy mid, just snacks towards B, almost nothing towards A. You know, players just in donut. This time they change it up. It works out for them. FaZe work into the stack, and this should be their first round. I mean, ropz proved me wrong, but I think this should be a G2 round. Yeah, just stick it. Just stick it. Oh, there we go. Go back to the same util sets. Now we're going en masse through the smoke. m0NESY was top mid, has fallen back. Just a flood into mid. See, this time ropz is sat in his anchor spot at the back of A site. But all that spam, they finally just walk up towards red room. Yeah, see how it's separated back out though. Karrigan, Rain are now looking towards cave, towards B, make some noise. The idea of this, because Karrigan's been doing this a lot, right? He did this against Vitality all the time. Putting some pressure just in one place to create a gap in the middle of the map has often been his MO. And this time, there's something there. They haven't managed to get deep. I mean, m0NESY's aware of it. He hasn't ever taken his eyes off, so it hasn't been as successful. So Karrigan himself is going to start probing towards A. I think ropz here's got a key fight. Essentially, yeah, I thought he might take a step forward. But he's still playing this ultra patient. Because now that they've made that donut contact, expecting someone to come looking towards mid, potentially try and clear him out so that they can actually play the late round. Yeah, there's the exec onto the site. So clean. 2 kills, no trades. ropz still waiting. Not had to budge because nothing's actually gone wrong. What a shot. Who is this man? Where has he been all year? Yeah, frozen the player to default towards mid. It is interesting that the Karrigan, Rain, and Brokey trio are the ones towards B most often in this sort of standard 1-1-3 kind of a default. That's the way they set themselves up. And notice, ropz number 3 has made it up towards the top of lane. They do want to crunch down on this. There, Nico gets the frag pushing out of Jag. And so this is more what they expect to work. This is the kind of game G2 want to play. This time they have m0NESY covering that A extremity, but it's too late. That counter punch needed to be landed a long time ago. Here it's of no real use, but the Nico frag is critical. And I wonder if they recover this, because I do know the halftime score is 10-2 to FaZe. So either they win this one out of a 4v5, they have no bloody right to, or they end up taking the final round of the half with a full buy, because they will have money. And there's the flashbang, get those players out. Yeah, the smoke's thrown out of cave itself. Nico does get a spam kill. I mean, 3v5, okay, now 2v5 is too ridiculous. We need some kind of miracle. And if we do, I feel Brokey has to be quite involved. I mean, he's locked into this position. I mean, he's still on site, just he's stuck here. ropz is holding a flank that's never coming. Yeah, there we go. I mean, Brokey's molly kill is a little detail, it's something. Ah, yeah, they get the last one. It did feel a little far-fetched, 2v5. with an AWP stuck on the bomb site to really make something happen. And they didn't. Okay, slightly delayed. Mid-flashbang. Bloody hell, the util to get Karrigan out. Doesn't end up working out. But I like the idea. Oh, it does look like a fake, doesn't it? Okay. The Karrigan, I'm solo pushing something to fake it idea has been done to death almost by FaZe in this event. And that's what they've run into. It's weird because ropz and Brokey, is it? You should end up holding behind them as the two A players panic rotate. And they panic rotate again now when Rain and Frozen actually get into the B bomb site. Yeah, the leveraging of these gaps, this pressure, this pulling apart of the defense has been awesome. If Rain gets another kill here, oh my god. It's beautiful. This is the sort of round that deserves its solo breakdown. I could make an entire video about this round, and I don't think it'd be a waste. So I wouldn't obviously just be talking about one round. I'd be talking about all the other rounds we've seen at this event, where Karrigan has pulled teams apart, even going back even to the elimination stage, where he was doing similar things to this against Furia on Dust 2, like putting himself through mid just to create gaps and create uncertainty, then allowing his ropz, for example, to lurk out onto the B bomb site, whilst the majority of the push is actually coming up A short. Yeah, clinical in the post plant, honestly nothing to be done. What a half of Counter-Strike. Just a hard read into the way G2 like to play their Ancient. And punishing them for it, really. You know, G2 did create this sort of situation for themselves by bringing in Malbs, but man, it's been mostly to their benefit all year. I mean, their Ancient was the quickest map for them to get up to speed. Very early on, they looked strong on Ancient. They just had to figure out a few more maps, and they finally eventually did. And that's why they became, you know, a team that could win the occasional title, that could make a top 2, top 4 run. You know, despite we have questions about the calling, how good it really is, it doesn't seem to matter when you have m0NESY and NiKo and Malbs all finding their form and all finding their spots. So this retake going a million miles an hour. Not sure about the reloading entry pass, Rain. ropz with a hard read on Snax's position. He's not wrong. Does get dinked down. Damn. Yeah, ropz has been strong on the CT pistols this event. I think just everything in terms of the quick flicks have been on point for him in the playoffs especially. But this event, yeah, the CT pistols have been stronger. And we've seen some of the shots he's been landing. He's been filthy, really. Alright, time for him to get mowed down. Onto the gunnies. I don't remember if this map finished like 13-4 or something. I could have checked when I opened up the kill cams. The AUG again. Bloody hell. Okay, the AUG has been... An AUG, I think, is kind of ropz's symbol of confidence. He's on the CT side picking up an AWP. He's feeling something. You know, not necessarily anything specific. It's just there's something in him that's saying, all right, do it. It's quite often the first gun round of the half as well. We saw it on Anubis. He had it for 2 rounds total before picking up an AK. But it does allow him to get creative. Like, you see this sort of really weird off angle that you don't see players go for very often at all. We might see if there's a reason for it. But it is in the biggest games the kind of idea you go for. And now playing with Frozen going up close. I mean, this is odd. He's covered his back. Okay, m0NESY gets the trade from the front, so it's of no use. But at least he can switch back onto that donut angle pretty quickly. Yeah, it's too late. They flooded. And this is the other part that makes G2 quite dangerous on Ancient. Yes, their CT side is the most comfortable. It's the one where they are most able to use maps. But on the T side, you're telling me there's a map specifically designed for high-volume opening players to just constantly just spam themselves through smokes, like just throw themselves out into mid and go looking for fights. Yeah, of course, you're going to have some options of how to play on Ancient. I mean, NiKo can also get active. He likes to play more towards lane. That's his extremity. But they are a multi-pronged team when it comes to the T side of Ancient as well. Yeah, there's Nico catching Karrigan. Apologies for the occasional cough. I have a cough. Great revelation, I know. But, yeah, let's see this. Rob's just dancing around the donut pillar. I mean, they know he's hit. He's just trying to make something happen. Players been able to cross in front of him, though. That's Malbs getting a kill on Brokey, potentially doubling up. But Malbs MD was one of the things that was sort of disappointing in the elimination stage for G2, despite making it through without too much discomfort, was a slightly weaker Malbs. Oh lord, this is getting closer than it needs to be, but 1v3, ropz, surely you save. I mean, I guess you have money, but... yeah, save. But Malbs was pretty quiet in the elimination stage. Essentially the groups prior to this sort of playoff. And... there we go. It seemed like he just wasn't hitting the shots or finding the angles that he usually does, and it turned out he was sick. He was actually sick, and that made me believe G2 were pretty much destined to meet Vitality here and put on a bloody battle, but in the end, FaZe have found this vein of magic, this font, this wellspring from which to re-imbue themselves with powers. Great flashbangs. The flashbangs from Brokey to try and get that face going, but yeah, there's the problem. Despite getting the opening on Malbs, there's enough rifle power trading. 2 men stacked up behind him to get that space secured. This looks like another G2 round, so... G2 starting off well. There's an adjustment coming, an idea. Oh, there's a Karrigan double spray down. What the hell? I thought there'd be some great read, some great tactical decision. Maybe a push somewhere, like changing up the look they were giving G2. But no, Karrigan's apparently going to rotate in and just perfectly control 15 bullets to double headshot some people. Whatever. There's the retake. A little glimpse of magic for you. You see, this is that classic no A player type setup to try and challenge mid. But the difference is, they still have 3B, and Frozen isn't just charging down mid to try and take lane and completely crunch the T side. That's essentially been closer to the G2 way. This exec going well. ropz rotating in, though. Gets a chance to take a fight and does. Just very aggressive, very assertive. He knows he has Karrigan in cave who needs him there. Karrigan needs to focus forward. ropz actually goes to the swing and just drop my pen, which I'm carrying for no reason other than to hold something in my hand. ropz takes that fight, kills him. Karrigan never has to look away from his crosshair, gets his kill. Don't know why that's open. And here we go. Malbs, big lurk, sort of flanked around. Gives away his position. Gets the kill, which is what matters. But now Frozen should be rotating back. ropz still hasn't showed himself. Malbs should be aware that he hasn't cleared this. I think he is. He hasn't actually committed to the site as if this isn't an option. m0NESY should also be aware. He's not. ropz takes his head off. Wow, so clean. Who is this man? Polygon advantage. Double kill. Man, ropz. I mean, I think life game is unfair. Or just life playoff, because we've seen ropz hit these sorts of shots in the past. It's just felt like a while since we've had him do it so consistently and with such devastating power. So no. Incredible. Round 19. No mid presence. They've given it up entirely. Brokey better turn his ass around at minute 30 and look for that mid flank. There it goes. Please tell me he's not. No, we're just leaving it open. We're just ignoring it. m0NESY gets through, gets the kill on Frozen in Donut. And of course, FaZe are aware they have given up a lot of space, so you need to be able to adjust to this. This is the adjustment you need. Karrigan puts it on his back. The timing. No, fuck off. Oh, the timing is brutal. Look, Brokey also gets a kill. Everything worked out for them this round. Everything. I'm sorry. They left a huge gap. A player got picked off. Karrigan hits the millisecond timing to get past Snacks. Now, he does eventually go down, but we still know where the majority of the team is. ropz turns just to check his rear at the exact right moment. So much has worked out in their favor just to make this a playable round. They haven't won it yet. But let's see if Rain can do it. Yeah, we can hear that's a fake. Rain doesn't. Cheeky little hate sheet. Brokey also caught the pick on Nico. Oh, no, kill. Where's my last guy? Where's my last guy? Damn. Wow. Okay, it helps that Brokey is just finding kill after kill after kill, but when we talk about this map and the totality of it, it comes down to that T side. ropz looking so crispy. Like, unctuous. Unbelievable how good he was. But also Karrigan's read of exactly how G2 set themselves up and how he can masterclass just show them, I can take you apart, was amazing. Really was. Yeah. I don't have much more to say. Bring on the final. G2 versus... Oh, FaZe versus Spirit, sorry. A repeat of Katowice. We're going to be live tomorrow morning watching that game. Please tune in. It's the first time ever doing a live stream on my YouTube channel. I still haven't looked up how to do it. I'm going to do that. But alright. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Sub if you want to see more content. And remember, members get access to bonus content as well as the right to vote and some other cool stuff. So yeah. Cheers.